The VAR Show. The one place for your weekly football update.
So hello, welcome back to the VR show. Today we have an interesting podcast where we follow up from the last time where we had spoken to Sharat and Avhishek of Bangalore Dream United. This week we have few players from Dream United, like three of them to be precise. We have Jigme, Lama, who's originally from Darjeeling. We have Avhishek Singh from Rourkela and Jiten, Panjwani from Jaipur with us today. So welcome guys. How are you all like doing during this pandemic period? What are you all doing? We'll start one by one. We'll start with Avhishek because he joined first.
Okay.
Sure.
So I've been in home since 2 months already, and I've been following what Sarat sir says to follow during workouts and my training, so that I don't miss that level of which I'm playing right now, Super Division. So when I go back to Bangalore, and the league will start somewhere in October or something, so I don't fall back. I should be in that level of competition all the time. So Sarat sir and Abhishek sir has been seeing my program and has been behind me to keep me well for the competitions. So I'm working on it. Yeah.
So Jigme, you go ahead next. What are you doing in Bangalore?
Basically, I'm home, and actually I'd come here because I'm injured right now. So I actually wanted to show my injury to Badri sir. He's one of the he's a biomechanic expert and outperform. So I wanted to show my injury. So I'm here. So he's taking care of my rehab right now through Zoom calls and Skype. So I'm doing that right now during the lockdown.
What about you, Jiten?
Hey, well, same old, trying to keep up physically. I'm trying out a lot of new things as well in my personal life. Been a little disconnected with the club over the past 2 months. But then, just been following my regular physical routine, working out, yoga, if there is any injuries, the same rehab, and using this time to try out new things. For example, I'm taking up a course in sports psychology as well, for if it helps me in the future.
So Jiten, will stay with you. Like, are you studying along with playing, or what is it?
Well, I finished my 12th last year, and
Okay.
as of now, I'm not really enrolled in any bachelor's degree course or in any college. So I've taken up a certificate program in sports psychology, which is 6 months long. I'm leaning towards sports industry, so I have not really decided about joining a college full time, which gives me more time for my football. But I'm studying the certificate courses part time online, so that it keeps me in touch with academics as well, and also gives me a strong resume.
So I'll stay with you, okay? Because it is very difficult to keep going, okay? So I'll I'll stay with you. Like, how did Dream United happen? Like, for you?
Well, I was playing under 18 I League at the time, and I had tried out for Ozo, which is why I moved to Bangalore. And one thing led to another, and I spent 1 week at Dream United, and I felt that development is more important for me, more important than competition at the time, which is why I decided to stick with Dream United because I really like the structure, the conditioning, the overall football structure, the organization to it, because it was really planned, it was progressive, and I see myself improving, which is why I decided to stay for the time being. And after 1.5 years, we got the Super Division spot as well. So it was definitely a level up, which is why the 2.5, 3 years which I spent at Dream United have been really amazing, and I've really developed a lot. The thing I liked most about Dream United was that I could see where I was going. So when I tried out for the week in the beginning, that was in 2017, I decided that that was the place for me to stay because I really wanted to develop physically, tactically, in all its aspects of the sport, which is what Dream United could give me. So that is how my journey began.
So now we'll move on to Jigme. Okay, Jigme, since you're injured, okay, I have a very good question. Abhishek was speaking about how you all deal with injuries and all that stuff. So how does Dream United
Yeah.
handle injuries of a player? Like suppose how are you dealing? Like you said you have a biomechanics coach. So what is the process or something like?
Expert. Yeah. So basically, first he takes us through all the release work and all, so that he like gets the injury off you first of all, and then he takes us to the rehab where you strengthen your injury. So basically, I have an ankle injury. So it's been I think more than a month, but I wasn't looking at a rehab plan as such. But after I came to Bangalore, I spoke to Badri sir, and then he gave me a few sessions of rehab. I mean, a release work, and then because of the lockdown he like gets into Zoom calls with me, and we do the rehab work online. So right now it's been I think 7 days that we have started the rehab work, and it's going pretty well. So they are really good at injury management. Actually they're the best. Like what happened to me was I had gone to reserves for a trial for a week. So Sharatha sent me there. So when I went there, I looked at a few, looked at how the players are being treated there. So like out there, if the players are injured, they don't value different. If you're injured, you are as important as the other players. It's like that. So here it's really good. So that's what I'd like to say.
So you are from Darjeeling. Are you studying in Bangalore or just playing?
I actually had come here to Bangalore to play and study, but after like 6 months, I dropped out from Jane so that I can focus on studying itself. I mean, playing itself. And because my parents put a little bit of pressure saying that I should finish my degree, I'm doing a correspondence course for BBA.
So you and Avhishek are from same college.
Yeah.
I was there in Jain University, Jayanagar,
Yeah.
but then I dropped out after 6 months.
Okay, that's quite a fun college. Yeah, you don't require much attendance also. Like I had quite a lot of friends there. Okay, so
I was in the sports quota, so I didn't need to. I didn't need to maintain any attendance, so that's why. But it was more of I didn't want to go to the college.
okay, so like for you, why did you choose Dream United? Like, did you like the philosophy or something, or what was it about Dream United like that brought you towards it?
I actually when I came to, I didn't come like the first thing that happened to me was I was actually playing Ooty A Division League there. And after that, my coach, after the season got over there, he told me that he should try somewhere in Bangalore or Chennai. So I thought of Bangalore, and then I tried seeing many clubs in Bangalore. Then I contacted Sharat sir through internet, through Facebook or somewhere there. And I called him and he said, come and have a look and all that. And he said that he's going to start the program soon. Actually, I was one of the first students. Actually, I was the first student, outstation student. So I came here and Sir gave me a place to stay, and then I stayed, and then I started training with him, and I liked the place. But then that time, not everything was settled because everything was still starting. So the place and the food and all, nothing was like settled. So I had to manage everything by my own. But then later, Sharat sir started including everything: the food, the diet, the nutrition, and now what it is because of Sharat sir, what he has done before, all the work.
You also have played the Super Division. You know, how was it playing for the first time?
It was massive because the first match we played was against MEG, and we had lost all the matches we had played against MEG before that. And like we had played, I think 6 to 7 friendlies with them, and the match which we won was the league match. So it was massive for us, and it was very exciting for us to play that match and start the league that way.
So now I'll move on to Abhishek. Okay, Abhishek, like you are still studying. Okay, you are in a final year. You said you have not dropped out. Okay, and then
Yeah.
how difficult is it like for you to handle like the college
Uh,
and the playing for maybe in the Super Division?
so yeah, it becomes pretty difficult for me because I don't get enough rest between the session and workout and my college. So I need to wake up early, go to college, attend 4 hours, then again travel for 2 hours, then attend training. So it has been very difficult. But then Sayab sir kept me on rest time, and then he used to train me alone in the night, just me, so that I don't miss out what they do in the training, and I keep up the intensity of the team. So he has been doing that. But on top of that, also, it's really difficult to manage with college and club. But so for the first year when I played Super Division, so I was into college. I was in my second year, and I am not in sports quota, so I had to maintain attendance. So it was really difficult for me to attend all the sessions and everything. So the first year when I played, I only played 4 matches out of 13. I was on the bench all the time. So I couldn't concentrate on the training itself. So I was on the bench, but then Sir told me it's not a big deal to be on the bench. You are still in the team and you are playing with your team. Your teammates are also playing Super League, so you are getting equal opportunity in the training also. So he told me that don't be sad for this season. The next season will be yours. So the second season which I played, so I played all the matches and I was the highest scorer of my team as well, and I captained the team. So the second season was amazing for me, and it was a final year. But then what mistake which I did in last year, I didn't do this year. I left my college. Let it be less attendance, but I left it. So I concentrated on training, and I got back to the team and I played all the matches in my second year.
Okay, now I'll move to Jigme again. Okay, once again, Jigme, like you have played in quite a different variety of teams. You played in, as you said, UT, and then you also went for BFC.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what is different at Dream United?
Yeah, so basically what happens is the other places where they have their training, the other clubs, they take their training for as long as 2 hours and 2.5 hours and all that. Whereas in Dream United, the training is very short and it's to the point. So basically, it's very high intensity where the player is not mentally fatigued and you get to train like around 45 to 50 minutes of that's a high intensity work. So that's what I like the most about the training at DU. So other
Jiten, like, what do you plan next? Like, do you see yourself like as Dream United as a stepping stone to maybe some other big club, or what is it?
That is a very difficult question actually.
Because
So,
to be frank, you can never if you are a player, your ambition is not to play only in Super Division, right? You would want to go maybe
that's
I
right.
League, ISL. That's of course a natural progression. Even Dream United would want to go higher and higher up.
Right. Well, first of all, we've been all taught to aim big, to look at Europe as a place to aim. So at this point, for my short-term plan, at least what I have in mind is to compete against senior professionals. So one thing that is great about Dream United is that they have regular training and they train throughout the year and everything, right? But then you're always competing in training. You're competing against players your own age or maybe younger because that's what Dream United does. It takes young players and develops them. So at Dream United at this point, we were the senior most players, which is why what I want to do is get a chance to train and compete with players who are senior and much more experienced than me in training as well and in competition. So if you look at leagues like I League Second Division or maybe I League, that is where I want to be in the next 1 or 2 years, so that I can compete with better and older players on a regular basis. Also, I think one of the dreams is to see Dream United compete in big leagues such as I League or maybe even ISL uh, down the line in a few years, I hope. And if that happens, I think Dream United would be the place for me to compete, to stay in, and to participate in such leagues. So, short-term plan being compete against senior professionals in training, get a chance to play I League 2, I League progress on to ISL maybe, and one day if it all works out, I hope I could be playing for Dream United again in the top league in India.
So okay, I'll not only put you on the spot. I'll ask everyone the same question. Okay. So we'll move to Jigme. Jigme, what are your next plans? You have gone from UT to Dream United. Do you see yourself going to another club anytime soon, or what is it?
my plans basically are like I'm looking at an agent for now, and I'm looking at clubs here and there around India, obviously Bangalore or somewhere in Goa or somewhere in Kolkata. So right now, because of the lockdown, I can't do much, but I'm using few of my contacts here and there to get in a club. and yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not really sure where to go. First of all, I need to focus on getting back to the pitch because of my injury.
Okay, now we'll move on to Abhishek. So Abhishek has been patiently waiting there. Okay, so I can see him. Okay, so Abhishek, what are your plans? Like you are in your final year of your college. Okay, and you're also the
Yeah.
highest scorer. So might be many teams are coming after you. Do you get offers from other clubs?
Last season I got a trial in AU Rajasthan. So Jigme also got, and me and Jigme went there for a trial. Then we came back. It was after going from Dream United, we didn't like it because of the facility they provide. So my goals for this season will be I should be the best player in Super Division so that I get into I League next season and I get scouted from Super Division itself. So my plans are for next year that I should play I League 2 next year after this season is over of Super Division. So yeah, I've been preparing to become the best player of Super Division for this year and go to I League.
So I don't know. I don't have much questions left for you all. Okay, like so do you all have anything to say? You all can about Dream United or anything? Anyone can start. Just same.
I'll tell you the how I joined Dream United. So I left Odisha just to play football. I had no clue about Super Division. I had no clue about I League. I didn't know anything. So I went to this college, Jane University, and back then Dream United and Jane University were together. So if you have to get into sports quota through football, you have to come to Dream United. So I went to Jane for admission, and then they told that you have to go to this sir and you have to give trials. So I went there. Then Sarat sir called me that yeah you can come for the trial tomorrow, and then I went there. So I had no plans. I didn't know Dream United. I didn't know anything that Dream United plays this league, that league. I just went there to see that coach. So I went there. I gave trial in the morning, and then I went back to my college again. I had got done with my admission without trials. So in the evening, again we went there, and then I had seen my hostel and everything already. So I went there, I gave the trial again, and my dad told my coach sir that we have seen a PG for him near the college itself, and if he wants to come, he will come to train and all. So Sarat sir told me that he's a good player. We have an academy right here. He can join the academy, and then he can go to college and train itself. Because back then we concentrated both on studies. A player should study if he is playing football also. So study also matters. So I started then. After a week, I got to know that this club plays a league and all that. I didn't know about anything before that. So it's been 3 years. I've been in Dream United, and I didn't had to try other clubs because this was the best club I have ever seen. And if I take feedback from the other players who are in other clubs, it's the best. When it comes to nutrition, it's the best. When it comes to training, it's the best. When it comes to injury management, it's the best. So I never had to look for other clubs when I was in Dream United. So my 3 year experience have been good, and of course I have been looking for big clubs now. But then I obviously want to come back to Dream United and play for it someday in future.
Then who's going next?
Because Avhishek has said everything about the club and how good it is. I basically, for me to stay here for 4 years, it was great because I was one of the first students for Sharad sir, and he had kept me like his favorite student kind in the starting, and it was really good to be very close to sir and get his training and all that. But my one of the good moments were when I had got a trial, like how I said, with BFC, and then they and Musa sir, the coach Naushad Musa, he had told me to continue training here, but he said that he'll be signing. If he signs, he'll be signing after the season. But he said continue training here, and that at that moment, Sharad sir, one good thing that he told me to do was that to continue with DU and not go to BFC, because obviously if I would go there, they have really good players, and I wouldn't get much of game time, and that was what I was looking at before the last season started. So Sharad sir told me to stay here and continue with DU, and obviously I would get a lot of game time here. And I was actually planning to move to BFC, But then because Sir told me this, I stayed at DU, and it was really good for me because I got a lot of game time. And it's all about getting experience. Because if I would have made the move, then I wouldn't have gotten enough chance to play in the Super Division. So that's one good thing which Sir really it meant a lot for me.
So I think you have to continue speaking for a while. Okay, Jiten is back. I thought Jiten is not there, so I thought you have to speak for a while. So Jiten, now it's your turn. Now, so you all want to add on anything like about Sharad sir or maybe Abhishek sir, or like what is it training like? Like what do you all do in training? Like you said so much about facilities. So what is good? Like what are the training facilities in DU?
The training facility is found out that there are no trainers as such in the gym, and you just need to train by yourself on your physical ability also. So whereas out here you have comparatively, like if you see there are trainers, there are someone to look at your training, there's someone to monitor you, someone to see how you got injured if you do get injured, and all that. And it was all about everyone making their body look good. So it's like they're just looking at making their biceps or having big calves or having big muscles and all that. But if like football is a game where you need balance, stability, that's like one of the main aspects. Yeah, it's like muscles and all are important, but then there are many players who are who have the balance and stability. Like if you see Neymar, you don't see muscles on him, right? So it's the same thing. Like in DU, there's outperform, and outperform helps us do all that. Get good stability, get good balance on the game, and it's very. So that's what the facility is, something like that, and that's how it's different from every other club. And obviously, it's not that outperform cannot make us bulky and get us muscles, but they have a different mindset of making us work on the game. So that's really good out here.
So Jiten is back. So Jiten, give me an answer.
United. Well, what I can say about Dream United is that I wouldn't have developed as much as I have now if it wasn't for Dream United. I know that because when I compare my first season of Super Division and my second season of Super Division, or even my first day at the academy, from the time when I joined to the Super Division appearance in the second season, I think there has been a massive improvement overall. And plus, what I love the most about this team is that it's not just about football. There is a different approach towards becoming a better athlete. There are more learning in with respect to being a better person, and there are a lot of things that we have learned at Dream United that we might not have learned anywhere else. So, for example, all three of us have worked towards the business side of the academy as well. I've worked in sales, Jigme has worked in marketing, Avhishek was also part of the marketing team. So a lot of experiences that not I don't think any football club has to offer we have gained from Dream United, apart from the development of football, of course. So I can say that Dream United is one of a kind, and definitely on the road towards becoming a great club in the future.
So guys, on that note, thank you so much for coming on the show and giving your input. Okay, and maybe you all need to send me one photos of yours so I can make a thumbnail or something. Okay. So thank you so much for coming.
We'll do that.
Or even a short
Yeah,
video.
thank you.
Like I can put an intro or something. So thank you so much for coming here, all of you.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you.